Welcome back to another episode of the Takeoff series. Today we're going to be talking about stock picking with a very, very special guest, and I couldn't think of anyone better than the Stock Picker Academy CEO himself, Debodun. So how you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me on. It's good to have this chat today. Probably
Awesome.
long overdue.
I'm so glad to finally speak to you. I'm a massive fan of you, but obviously I don't want to spoil it for the guests. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm not good at this bit. So my name is Debodun. Yeah, I just appear in places. My name is Debodun. I've worked in investment banking for the past 12 years as a trader. So I started at Goldman Sachs at the age of 20 on the equities trading floor. I was the youngest ever in the London office to be a trader then. It was a massive learning experience. I was given billions to manage.
Wow.
Yeah, they just, age doesn't matter over there, and experience. they train you up and then you're good to go. That's it. You get a lot of responsibility very early. So I was able to learn quite a lot about the business, and you don't just trade, you learn the legals, you learn the middle office bits, you learn the whole business. And you get given a lot of responsibility to manage. I did that for a couple of years before moving to, I tried to go it alone in a proprietary Jewish family office where a big part of your compensation is actually how you making money rather than just doing a job. And that was a wonderful learning curve as well. And then I moved to Barclays there's a side of trading that's like treasury stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like bonds and short-term interest instruments and fixed income repos. Before being headhunted to move to a hedge fund, quantitative hedge fund. So I've got a maths degree, so that I've always been very numerical and quantitative focused, but I'd never really had a role that enabled. So it's almost like that side of me was just like completely dormant since uni. Yeah. So I moved to Guernsey in the Channel Islands for 3 years. Yeah, I just upped
That's
and left.
a madness.
It was tough because even leaving Barclays was a bit of a madness. I had to hand in my resignation. The team was already like needing me badly, so it was like I had to go, man. And there they build quantitative models that they use to trade the markets. Okay. And that was closer to my interest and the skill sets I wanted to develop. You know, they gave me opportunity to learn coding out there and all this kind of stuff. And that was, I've never seen numbers like that in my life.
Wow, wow. You know what? You said a lot. Like, my first question was like, how did you deal with the pressure? Because everything you're talking about, like, is not
it's the pressure
stuff.
No, it's the pressure that attracted me.
Okay, for real. So you're into pressure.
It was when I was looking for a job. Yeah. I wanted a job where if you're good, you're good. Irrespective of color, they're gonna pay you. Yeah. Well, that was the perception we thought at the time. Yeah. I don't think it's quite like that. But like you're as a trader, you're always one bad decision away from losing your job. Always. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Right? Whether it's breaking a rule, a regulatory rule, whether it's breaching your trading limits. Yeah. Right? That's sackable offense. Whether it's a fat finger, sackable offense.
Wow.
And I wanted to work in that pressure. That's what attracted me. Knowing that I could lose my job from a mistake, but then every day, 12 years. Right?
Adrenaline. You love that adrenaline.
Yeah, that's it. 12 years, bro, you feel on top of the world, right? Yeah. Not necessarily like financially. What I mean is you survived. Yeah. When you've been through the forest, the fire, and you've come out, you're a different person. You're fit. Yeah. Your skin is thicker, right? Yeah. But I think, obviously, growing up in Peckham, that's where I grew up. I grew up on the estate, not just Peckham. I grew up in the
on Peckham.
Yes, I grew up in the mix. That was a journey. That's for another episode or another thing. But that helped me on the trading floor because I don't fear anything. I'm not afraid of anything. That's great. I saw things growing up, right? And it's not trauma or anything. I don't like these kind of words, but I grew up seeing a lot of things that a child shouldn't really see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, bro.
You get exposed to like murder and all this kind of stuff, and you've already been through so many. You grow up quickly.
Yeah.
So now you're on the trading floor. Your age doesn't matter, right?
That's true.
You don't fear losing money. You don't fear learning. You don't fear giving things a go, right? Because you've seen things in real life that have already toughened you up. So now it's funny because so the way it turned out is, my dad was ill. A couple of things were going. I wasn't enjoying the island. I'd been there 3 years. Yeah. It was only meant to be a 2-year thing, but I stayed an extra 8. Football, I wasn't even enjoying. I was playing like quite decent level football out there. Yeah. And then I moved back. And it was actually when we were at the fund, we used to play this game, this stocks trading game on the team. Yeah. And I used to do really, really well. And you feel markets, and then eventually you can't explain why you knew that this thing is going to. Yeah. But obviously, your brain becomes a computer. You're processing information for 12 years. You understand price action. So when I moved back to London, without a job. Wow. But all along, from 2015, SPA existed as like a WhatsApp group. And the purpose was, so I didn't know 6 years into working in banking that there's any such thing as stocks and shares ISA.
Really? Seriously?
You're a trader, right? No one's come to me, and there wasn't all this Instagram stuff everyone is doing. I wasn't there 5 years back.
Of course.
It wasn't there. So, and also as a trader, there's this thing where, buying stocks with no net leverage? Are you crazy? It's not attractive. Yeah. Because you've seen leverage and you've handled and managed leverage. Yeah. So what? The idea of just buying a stock where if the stock goes up, that's all you make in percentage terms. It's not appealing. So maybe that's why it was never something that was spoken about on the trading floor, because red betting was, day trading was, but stocks and shares investing wasn't. Yet alone the fact that there's a 20k limit every year. Well, no one was doing that in my environment.
Wow.
Well, that's maybe they were, but I just didn't know. Yeah. Right? So it's only when GS rang me and said, you've got all these shares that because they pay some of your bonus as shares sometimes. But then they also had the pension that they were paying you. Yeah. But when you leave, you have to move it. So it's like a 3-year limit. I can't remember the exact limit. 2-3 year limit. They called me up and said, you need to move your stuff. And I was like, how do I move the pension? Does the government get it? Bro, I didn't have a clue.
This is nuts.
It's not something you thought about. Bro, you don't think about your pension. How many people?
To be honest, you don't. You don't.
You know they're paying you when you sign up to your job, but do you check what your pension did every year? No. So that's when I found out about Hargreaves Lansdowne, because I had to. But then now, for the first time, I actually had to realize that, so I can pick investments myself for my. Wow. Really? Yeah. Okay. Let's go. I can't remember the amount, 5k or something at the time. And I just started building it up. It's done 10x in 6 years.
Wow. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
But it's been an interesting journey, because I started it as a one stock portfolio. Yeah. Where I put $1,000 on this stock, it dropped. I put another $1,000. I just wanted to. I told oil is going to be my pension, right? And then when I got out of that with like 80%, I was just like, whoa, actually, you can't be doing one stock portfolio. After I think 2-3 years, I was like, whoa, no, this strategy, it was good the way you patterned the stock, but actually now you've got more capital, your investing style needs to change. Yeah. So it was a learn by doing, but obviously with the experience and the risk management I've learned along the way, right? I never sat down and read a book, and no one ever like really taught me how to. I just knew it. So WhatsApp group is like, okay, who works in banking that's black and is as a trader or sales research? The group had maybe like 15 people, and that group existed for like 3 years. It still exists now. But they're like, Debs, you've been sharing all your transactions with us. Actually, why don't you share it with more people? This is brilliant. Yeah. You're doing really well. Because it's track record, right? Yeah. So what I did is I created another WhatsApp group, and that was the Stock Pickers Association, which then became Stock Pickers Academy. Okay. right? And that was ongoing, and then it just boom, just hit the limit, 257 people. Then the waiting list was 300, and it went from people who knew what they were doing, apparently, to like maybe 100 people who were new and were complete beginners. So the questions started flying in. Yeah. One time someone said, I asked a question and no one replied to me. And this was like 1 hour after they asked the question. It's like, mate, listen, no one's paying anyone here. Like, if you don't like it, leave the group.
Yeah.
Right? One thing about me is I'm very direct.
Yeah.
Like you're on the trading floor, there's no, you don't,
no short,
bro,
no small
you
talk.
Go at it with someone, like, do you know, it's on site.
Yeah.
It's on site. Give or take. Like, I've been shouted at by my boss in front of the whole trading floor before.
Yeah.
But I've also given it to someone in front of the whole, bro, it's just that it's fine. Things have changed now, but yeah, bro, I'm very direct. Like, I also have the soft side, because then I was thinking, actually, like, was I too harsh? But I'll say it in the moment, and then I'll reflect and say, okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a website. I'm going to create an Instagram. Yeah. And I'm going to put the posts out for people that can't get in the group.
Okay.
But I actually came back and I answered that question with a proper essay. But the thing I didn't like is you guys see me answering with essays and stuff, taking my time to get. So don't do that.
Yeah. That's what happens sometimes, man. They just don't appreciate sometimes, you know. They just want to be fed, spoon-fed everything. Take. Yeah. Yeah, it's
and
crazy.
I didn't mind doing that, because I know that knowledge wasn't there, bro. Like, when I was on the trading floor, flying the coconut ice cream, I was like the only black person there. Yeah. Not the only, that's not true. Maybe there was like 3 or 4.
But there's not going to be that many.
Like they're not, there were not that many. And if we're not even in the system, how are we going to be passing on the knowledge? Because the ones that do get the knowledge may not be connected with someone like me and Boss. So, yeah, it was so important to me, 2 things: to get more representation on the trading floor. So I used to go to unis and like just mentor people and stuff. But also, now, how do we manage our savings in the stock market or with investing? Yeah. Right? So that passion has always been there to do something to help people based on what I learn, and you know, the ceilings I break through or whatever. It's like, okay, who am I pulling up with me, or who am I sharing that knowledge with? Yeah. So it was a social experiment, because what I did is I went on LinkedIn. I got like all the people I knew that I've worked with, that I worked for, my bosses. I just shoved them all in a WhatsApp group with like my neighbors, people I play football with, people I go party with. And yeah, I just sat back and watched my old bosses talking to that guy that I'm always fighting out football with, and that's interesting. They're actually having dialogue. Interesting. So that evolved, you know, January 2020, that's when I started the Instagram.
Wow.
February is when I started the Telegram.
Okay.
Someone's like, Debs, you know about Telegram? So yeah, I quickly put the Telegram in place. But I didn't open it myself, because it's like most of the people are in the WhatsApp, so why am I having 2 conversations? And then I went through the phase of copying and pasting messages that got missed in the Bro, like,
oh my gosh, this is madness.
So, but yeah, I was just like, all this time I'm not working, right? 2018 to 2020, I wasn't working in like in a proper, doing like some consultancy, like paid work for their recruitment, just to help them with coaching the next generation. And bro, I wasn't really earning, my savings was just going like this. Yeah. Right? So it's weird, because SPA was never meant to be a business. It was always just meant to be a community project. So I was still chasing the jobs. And for me, 2018, I was at that point where it's like, I am not settling. Yeah. If I don't get the exact kind of trading job in a hedge fund with my skill set, I had a lot of arguments with, you know, the people around me, you know? It's like, why don't you just take this job? Or, bro, I was very like, move back home, go for broke. I am just going to keep, not because I understood the importance of not turning my back on the trading. Yeah. Because there were not that many. So it was a patience game. Because my skill set is very unique. So it's very rare to find a job that needed someone like myself with the skill set that I had. Right? Eventually one came through, verbal offer during lockdown, and then they pulled it. Because
Oh my gosh.
COVID, right? This is where they're trying
Yeah.
to figure out who work from home. Just so that was like, whoa, how long is COVID gonna? In my head, I was like, that's another year.
It was, yeah.
Because,
Nobody knows what's happening.
That's another year that's about to go
Gone.
by because
Yeah.
that's gonna kill 3-4 months. Then that was the hiring period.
Yeah.
You don't get hired between like February and April.
Yeah, you're done.
Christmas is coming and
Forget it.
oh, it's like, wow, okay. But then in March, in that same time period, the
Mhm.
market crashed, literally out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
yeah, yeah.
Pandemic,
I remember. That was mad.
right? But in the group, we'd had so many arguments on what's a good strategy to use. And I tell people, listen, I leave a lot of cash. They used to, but Debs is inefficient. You might as well, that's just like leaving money in the bank. And all these debates were happening. I said, okay, you know what? Put your medals on the table. How about we do it this way? I'm going to share every single transaction I do in the market with the group. Let's do that. In fact, I've been doing that already. Okay, I share my transactions. How about you share your transactions? Because if you're not willing to do that, then you've got no proof in the pudding. There's no proof in the pudding. So how can I trust what you say? If you do it and I see a track record, I will come knock on your door and I'll ask you, come and teach me what you're doing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just waffling. Like I said, I'm very direct.
Yeah.
So yeah, I decided to share every single transaction I did with the group. The group grew from strength to strength. But what happened is because of the crash, a lot of people said, there's this app called Zoom. Can we go through portfolio? That became the thing. And then so one portfolio. So how am I 3 hours after the thing is finished at 10 p.m. 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Here's me racking my brains on the next man's portfolio, trying to go through every single of the 50 stocks, trying to really find the solution and write out sentences and said, bro, what am I doing here? What is this? But I had a passion in it.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to help that person
passion,
out
bro.
of that. He was in a hole. He was in a hole. And I wanted to help them out. And it was a challenge for me. Like, whoa, what would I do in this exact position? And I was proper like, and then the next one came. This one, a few less stocks, but then really tiny positions. £20, 50, and you've done 20K. £100, bro. And then the next one came. I was like, well, okay, this is now taking up my time. Okay, maybe I should charge £40 an hour, £50 an hour.
Yeah.
For the next
Straight.
one. So some people needed 3 hours, some people needed 2 hours, some people. But then after a while, I'm like, you know what? Going through your review, doing portfolio doctor is not enough. I'd rather you actually learn what I do.
Yeah.
So then it became teaching. And then I figured out after a while, they needed about 5 hours to pick up my strategy and what I do.
Yeah.
So then I started a one-to-one course officially. Okay. 5 sessions for the price of 4. Yeah. And I knew exactly what I was covering in each session. And it was just robotic, bro. I was picking cotton. I was really down in the trenches. And I did something very crazy. I left my calendar open. And the story of how I even got the calendar is really funny. I was on Twitter and one of the hair girls posted a link to book them. I can't even remember who it was. So I now reverse engineered the link and then changed it into SPA, right? That's
okay.
Like and then I put my logo and really. So all I need to do is turn up. Right, because I'm not really writing down meetings with bro. That's not me. Yeah, that admin, it's not me. I'll do it for the first week and
then
it's not
just me. That's it, done.
So technology made it quite easy for me to run the business. It literally just caught up to the perfect kind of, because even Zoom was like a year old at that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's how it started. So that was May last year was the first time I took any money out of SPA. Like,
wow, for real? I thought you were doing this for like years for some reason. I thought you were making money from it. Wow.
In a way, but like for free, innit?
Okay, but not like
because the community is there, and it wasn't very all like, let me go for your portfolio. It was just like people ask questions in the group of what I'll do in a certain scenario, and it was that kind of thing. So in a way, it's like I was building up my track record. Yeah,
you see, this is why the pandemic for some
people, it wasn't to monetize. This is the thing; it wasn't to monetize.
Yeah,
it was actually to give back. Yeah. But then the need for monetization became because, bro, like I can't just be on Zoom.
All day.
Hours a day.
Yeah, nah.
So
you gotta
like,
get paid for it,
per
man.
hour.
Yeah.
So it's like, for the many, I'm gonna charge you a rate that just a bit higher than what people pay for GCSE revision for their kids. Right? But you're actually learning a skill that will make you money.
Exactly.
And When I realized my pricing was too good, was when like 85% of my clients were making back the cost of the whole course, which is about £200, before they even got to session 5.
Really?
85%.
Wow. I'm gonna have to commentate this course, bro.
Bro. Like I had my old boss commentate the course. I had people CFA qualification. They're not making money. CFA don't make you money. It just helps you understand finance. Yeah. It doesn't even focus enough on investing. The CFA, there's regulation, there's accounting, bro. So a lot of people actually working in research roles. Tell them to manage a pot of money.
Wow.
Research doesn't even sit on the trading floor. It's a different skill set. It's analyzing data and coming up with trends. It's not the same as hitting the buy button. Yeah. That's a trader's job because
it's a psychological thing, bro.
It's a different thing. You still need to. There's a little crossover, but it's different. It's a different skill set. So my clients go from beginners, absolute beginners who are nowhere near markets or finance, to people who have been in finance roles for like 5 to 10 years.
That's
right?
dope,
Because
bro.
what I've learned out there, not everyone works in a quantitative hedge fund.
Yeah. Not everyone. Bro, that's not everyday thing for people.
Exactly. So the skills I learned there make up a lot of the thinking, at least, behind my strategy. Yeah. Right? It's emotion out. It's not your fundamental, I like this stock, go buy it. It's take emotion out. Actually, I like this stock, but I also like this stock, and I also like this stock, and I also like this stock. Now let's compare. Yeah. This is what people don't do. They like a stock, they go for it, they make the money. But before buying, did you actually say, what's my next best stock that I like? What? Let me actually rank it. Let me have a system in place to...
Love that.
Okay. This is what the quantitative funds, the top 10 hedge funds in the world, 9 are quantitative.
Really?
Mathematical models, yeah.
Of course, of course.
It's not some guy saying, oh yeah, this stock should do well. My gut feeling, and I've done some analysis, let's go. No, it's emotion out. What's a good price to buy? What's a good price to sell? Yeah. If I need to buy back into the same stock, I'll do it. But by buying and selling, I'm managing my risk. Yeah. So it makes it a little bit more dynamic, but it doesn't make you a day trader. Now, what happened last year, bro, if you get into a stock, right, where usually if you make 30% on Rolls Royce, you're happy in a year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're making 100% in 2 weeks.
You got to get out of that.
Bro, you get out. Yeah, you get out. That doesn't mean you're a day trader, but something phenomenal has happened in the market in a short space of time where you're earning returns 2x, 3 times what you would have been happy with in a year or even 2 years. You take the money off the table, right? And this is where SPA got involved because a lot of people didn't think like this. Yeah. So I realized I had to do as many courses as possible. Well, I was doing 16 hours a day on Zoom, 7 days a week.
Wow.
December is when it picked up. So December to like mid-April. You don't want to know what my house. You don't want to know what my house is like. Bro, like I just locked off from everyone, and it was just like robotic. They're like, this is not sustainable.
Nah.
Yeah, I wasn't going down to see family. I was literally just like, but I realized that I had to help so many people in a short space of time, and to do that, I had to sacrifice my own health, as you call it. Yeah. If I did look after yourself as an bro, I would have had a quarter of the clients I have now. Yeah. Now I've got a critical mass. Yeah. Is where I now have time to think. We couldn't have done this conversation 3 months ago. Impossible. Yeah. Even if I wanted to. Like, bro, honestly, go to my Instagram and see how many IG lives I did. I wanted to, but bro, there was no time. I was working like 6:30 a.m. because people, Australia, Dubai, everyone was just filling the calendar in. I was killing myself. And then I realized, this one-to-one course is not sustainable. Yeah. I have to do groups. Yeah. Then I started doing groups. So I was doing groups at the same time as all the one-to-ones that were finishing. But a group session is like 5 hours in a month.
That's much better though.
Yeah, I did like 12 groups. Till now. I've done like 12 groups. The last group is actually finishing, and then it's e-course. Okay. Maybe I might do a live group, like live in the flesh. Yeah. Right? Just do like bang out a whole Saturday or a whole Sunday or something like that. because it's a 6-7 hour course, right? You do 3 hours in the morning, take a break, an hour, take a break. Like, it's possible. I had to freestyle.
Yeah.
Bro,
You got to, man. That's how you learn.
Bro, I had to learn Canva. I had to learn.
Yeah.
Bro, I had to start doing the whole thing. But the difference between me is I realized I had to take. My thing wasn't to become content creator of the year. I realized very carefully I had to focus on what I was good at.
Yeah.
There's more than enough content creators and this stuff. Like, I didn't need to become that. I said, listen, what am I good at? What do people value in what I do? It's my strategy.
Yeah.
Let me focus on that. Maybe later on the content. Maybe like now, the rest of the year, maybe I'll start trying to think of content and, you know, but yeah, my revenue stream is courses, and then running my mentoring club where people can have access to me. Yeah. Right? I know we've kind of gone on a bit of a tangent, but some of what you would have asked me has kind of come out in the way.
Bro. I love it. In the way you've given too much value already.
In the way that I'm going through the story of SBA, and now we're doing cryptos. Bro, I only started doing cryptos, like the tokens, the altcoins properly, like maybe 2-3 months ago. But I've had to learn so quickly.
Wow. That is you're
and now I'm like involved in a project as big as that.
Yeah.
For me it's big. Right? Because I've got the community and people want to partner with the community. So it's like, okay, what is it you're actually doing? Don't just tell me you're doing something with your partners. So then I'm like, listen, you got to bring me in to what you're doing. Yeah. Because I need to protect my community. Okay, cool. We're trying to make a coin that does X, Y. So then I give input, and you know, I'm working together as a team to help the coin be a success, and to make sure it's not just a quick thing, and to actually, but it's networking.
Yeah, exactly.
Because all people see is SPA went from January 2020 to now 6,000 followers, but you have to understand, like, SPA was running before. My network was running before. Can you imagine all the when I was helping people get jobs, I wasn't doing it because I thought, oh, one day I'll have SPA. So obviously when I start SPA, every single person in my life that I've impacted on the career side or whatever, they're going to join and they're going to come back to you. Yeah. That was like the initial like, this guy, he's the one that helped me get that job at JP Morgan, or he's the one that helped me with my interviews for, bro, like, and my reputation was going first before my results. Yeah. It wasn't, oh, that guy's making a killing in stocks, follow SPA. It was actually, this guy's a good guy. Or this guy was helpful when I was struggling or I couldn't land a job, and he put me in touch with his mate who worked at DB, and we did an interview. He didn't get the job, but then his mate at DB then put him in touch with, and then he got the job. Like, the stories that people were telling were bringing people in. And then the stories became results, because it's like, if you're a fireman and you're making 30, 40, 50, 60, 80% on your overall portfolio, and you tell your mate who works as an accountant, he's going to be like, whoa, my index funds.
I need to get out of that. Get out of your index funds.
The funny thing is, the guys in finance, like, I get the index funds, but I'm here to liberate you from the index funds. Yeah. Right? Because that's for, let me invest in the stock market and get a return better than my bank account. Yeah. That's what the index funds are for. Right? But once you get someone like myself that's got the knowledge and the strategy and the track record, come on, you step out of that.
You can do better. You can do much better. You can do better,
right? So most of the accountants and people like that aren't single stock picking. They're doing index funds and they're doing okay, and they think that, and then someone's telling you that's a fireman, and you know it's not like this person's been reading books, that they've done a 5-hour course and they've got a system and a strategy they're using, and they're seeing these kind of results. And in the same time period, you're not seeing those results. Yeah. What happens? Yeah, you want to know.
You want to know.
Right? So, yeah, I mean, some of the other pages, they've all done my course.
Okay.
You might not know. Yeah, you might not know, bro. You might not know.
I'm going to jump on anyway. I'm jumping on next anyway.
So it's like, because it's knowledge sharing. It's like, even if you're like a financial advisor, I've got so many clients who are financial advisors now. Because in their world, they can only go as far as advising the clients to get index funds.
Exactly.
But now they're learning that actually, whoa, there is a way to invest in the stock market, picking stocks that actually isn't gambling, but you can actually create your own fund index fund or whatever, but there's a system. That's not day trading as well.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's tap into that for a bit. And then they see results and it's like, okay, cool. Right? So SPA, the most important thing about SPA is the beginners, the community. Because the beginners, like in a nutshell, the strategy, like as part of the strategy, the beginners are experts in what they do.
Yeah.
That's enough information for me.
Yeah.
You could be a builder. You tell me, listen, I haven't done this year. Right now, we're doing loft conversions at a record rate.
Yeah.
That's enough for me. I'm going to go to the UK construction industry and I'm going to find a short list of stocks. They're going to add it to my SPA watch list and I'm going to watch them. I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to watch them. When that opportunity comes, good dip, boom, we go. Because I know I've got that information now that will hit the research papers in 6 months when the data has been. So that's the power in it. We're getting the data live in the flesh.
Yeah.
Before it becomes data that gets packaged up and the robots used to make research reports or whatever. Yeah. Right? But then obviously my expertise is to try and get the right price, timing, right? And we'll get the timing right 40%, 40% of the time, and the other 60, okay, cool, let the market do its thing. But that is enough to 20% is what I tell my clients to aim for every year.
Really?
Return over
wow, that's a Warren Buffett style return, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like most of them did more. Most of them did 70, 80, 90. And I'm trying to tell them, listen, that's just 2020.
Yeah,
right. Try and hit the number. Try and hit the number. Your 2020 gains probably will drop for 2021, but combined, it will still be like 40, 50. Then 2022, eventually, the longer you're in and the bigger you get, it will eventually normalize down to that 20% level.
Yeah.
And 20% doubles your money every 4 years.
I mean, how can you argue with that in the stock market? And so many people don't understand that it's, I won't say easy, but that you have access to be able to, you know, double your money, essentially, like you said, in the next 4 or 5 years. Just people just don't understand that they're doing this. They don't even know what investing is, which is what's so crazy about it. So how many stocks and funds are you invested in? So I'm assuming you're not invested in any funds, but yourself personally.
My portfolio is my fund. Because I'm effectively a fund manager. I'm constructing my own dynamic portfolio of stocks and managing my portfolio as a fund. Okay. And it's funny because I get asked that question on my course, and the answer is I don't set a number.
Okay.
I set budgets.
Okay. You set budgets. Okay.
So I know how much I'm going to invest per stock.
Okay.
And then, however big my portfolio is cash-wise, will then let me know how many stocks that is.
Okay.
So as my portfolio, if I'm putting in $1,000 a month or whatever into my portfolio, and it goes from 20,000 or 40,000 up to 60,000, then I'll readjust my limits. I might say maybe 5K per stock, so that's 12 stocks.
Okay.
But then I might decide actually, I can either do it that way or can I have it 20 stocks?
Yeah.
3K per stock. Or I can do a mix and match.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about all these things all the time.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying, I only want to look at 7 stocks. I actually say, what's a reasonable budget to have per stock?
Okay.
And then
that's a great way to think of it.
Okay. Yeah. So again, this comes from working in a fund where the algos have position size limits.
Yeah.
It's not nothing complex there mathematically, but knowing how portfolios are constructed robotically helped me come up with a strategy that's very easy to follow as a beginner.
Yeah. From
the community, from the actual strategy, from the averaging strategy to all of that. And I've created a template that they can all use.
Yeah.
So that answers your question.
Okay.
It's not a numerical it's not a numerical answer, because on my course I don't tell people what to buy.
Yeah.
I don't say buy this, I'm buying it. It's not a copy thing.
Yeah.
I teach a process. And I teach people how to think.
Okay. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, because at the end of the day, they need to know how to do it
Decision making.
Yeah.
Decision
making. They need to be able to do it themselves.
I tell my clients, I'm very upfront. Like I said, I'm very direct. I say to them, you need me. This isn't a thing you do the course and you run away and try and do it yourself. Like, you need me.
Yeah.
Right? Respect the hustle. Like 12 years You need a personal trainer. You might not need a personal trainer in the gym, right? But the difference between the gym and this is your actual real finances.
Yeah.
In the gym, okay, you don't use a personal trainer. Maybe you won't be as in shape
Maybe
as
you'll
you
be
thought.
lucky.
But okay, but here, this is money now we're talking about. And I said to them, listen, as long as you're making way more money than the cost of the course at your mentoring club each year, it's an absolute no-brainer. You don't leave.
Yeah.
Right? You don't leave. It doesn't make sense to leave. Because at the end of the day, my opinion holds a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Because my opinion, right, and I'm not saying this to be cocky, is 12 years of experience.
Exactly.
Bro, I know my opinion holds a lot of weight because my mentor's opinions hold a lot of weight to me.
Yeah.
It's a chain. So if someone asks me for an opinion, what you're getting is a function of my opinion plus my mentor's opinions and people that you may not have direct access to that are in my network. So I brought my network, as much as my network as I can, to SBA.
Yeah.
Bro, my old bosses are in the Telegram group. People I've worked with. People who currently work as traders at different hedge funds. But people don't know that. I know that because I remember when I put them in and they messaged me. Yeah. There's at least 7 people from the team I started working with at Goldman Sachs back then. They've all gone on to do different things. They're in the WhatsApp group. And they're in the Telegram group.
And they're sharing Barclays. Just all these gems.
Yeah.
Love it.
They're having conversations. And I can't tell that person that, oh, by the way, do you know that person you're talking to was... that's my little entertainment. Just watching that's the reward
as well, bro. And the thing is you said something very important. You have to honor the craft at the end of the day. 12 years, it's going to be going on 13 years for you doing this consistently. You've got the experience, you've got the know-how, you understand how to navigate these markets versus somebody who's just wanted to decide to invest from last year in 2020 because, they heard the market crash. Let me get into Amazon, let me get into Microsoft or anything like that. So it's crazy. Okay, so you're talking a lot about stocks and, your formula. What would you say right now are your top 3 stocks that you're like, you live or die by these? You don't have a top 3? You don't have a top 3?
No. I'm a robot.
Okay. So what do you have? You have a top 100?
I'm a robot. I have a top way of thinking.
Okay.
That's it.
Do you want to elaborate on that?
So, I'm going to answer your question. My favorite stock is Snapchat. My favorite stock is Snapchat. My favorite stock is Snapchat, but I haven't held it in my portfolio for a year.
Okay.
So, is it important that that's my favorite company? No. I don't even use the app on my phone.
Really? Okay.
Now. I deleted it because of memory, and it took a lot. I was just looking for what can I delete that it's gonna now I've got it back, but I was using it in Guernsey and now it's Insta stories. Right, and I don't have the time to be doing both. But my favorite stock is Snapchat, but I don't even look at this stock every day. It's not even in my portfolio. Okay. So is it important? No, it's not important. And I've told myself it's not important.
Okay.
What's important is what's in my portfolio. That's it.
Okay. And this is based on your formula.
What could potentially get into my portfolio? Yeah, emotion out.
Okay.
Otherwise, Snapchat would be on my portfolio. Emotion out.
Okay.
What I can tell you is my biggest holding.
Okay. Yeah.
My biggest holding is not necessarily my favorite stock. It's just a stock that, for me, was the right value for money at that time, and I've been holding it. Bluebird Bio.
Okay.
Right? They're trying to find a cure for sickle cell.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's very interesting.
Do I even like the company? Do I even like the company itself? No, I like what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But I'm not emotionally attached to it. I like the price.
Yeah.
I like what they're trying to do. I like the industry.
Yeah.
Right? And I've just been building a position in it. And I'm happy to just sit on it and see how it goes.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
Other stocks that Isaiah, I like what the influencer marketing. You just need to be on social media. Yeah. Isaiah's another one. This stock I invested 3K and it went up to like 30K.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was like
10x just like that.
From October. Yeah. So I like the stock. It's one that I do hold and I do like. It's probably, if you're going to say like the stock, I like Snapchat more, but this one's made me money. So you like it a bit.
I mean, you're going to like the ones that make you money.
If there was one to answer your question, it'll be Isaiah.
Okay.
But I also like Sonos. Sonos did the madness. I like Fiverr, but I like Fiverr so much.
But
I've never had a chance to buy it.
Yeah.
And the chance I had to buy it, I fluffed my lines. Lukaku, as I say. Maybe we'll be having
What happened?
Maybe I need to change the name there and give Lukaku his flowers. But yeah, I was sleeping. I thought that price would stay there for a long time, and then it picked up, and then just ran away. And I don't chase. I never chase. I say goodbye, and I wish you all the best on your journey up to heaven. But I'm not going to chase.
Yeah.
I'll find another one. There's always another one. There is always another one. And when you've been doing this for
stocks.
There's 75,000 stocks in the world. Why do I need to chase? There's even a stock I probably don't like, but it's good value for money, good industry. Boom, I'll take it. There's always another one.
Are there any companies that you would flat out just avoid, regardless of what the price action is saying to you? You wouldn't. There's none that you'll say, really? Wow. Wow.
The only thing that I would do, if I really, is just adjust the size down. Okay. That's all I'll do. Okay. The amount that I put on. But if it's a fantastic price, and also my method, I might only invest profits into it. I won't use it as my bread and butter. But nothing's off limits. Okay.
It's very interesting. And the reason why I asked you the question is because there's a lot of, like, I'm not against people putting their money into AMC and GameStop. I'm not against that. Like, I'm like,
I invested in GameStop.
If you can make money
3 times. Yeah, I made money all 3 times.
Yeah. And
never lost money on GameStop.
And I see what you're trying to say and what you're trying to get across. I think, especially because I'm more of a fundamental investor. And I feel like a lot of fundamental investors, they miss out on great opportunities because it's a meme stock. They sort of look down on it a little bit. They don't think, actually, there's people out here that have 10x their money, 5x their money, 15x their money, and they're laughing to the bank. Can't get out of the limitation of their minds when it comes to investing in certain things. So it's a breath of fresh air to hear that you go into GameStop, that you're going into AMC, you're going into quote unquote meme stocks, as they say. Are you still invested in them?
No. So it hit my alerts. So I've got a bunch of alerts. I look at 1,000 stocks every single day. Mm-hmm. So I'm always comparison. Stocks. Comparison is not the thief of joy when it comes to the stock market. I am doing comparison FC. It's comparison FC, right? And I've got my models to give me the alerts. Alerts don't mean that you should buy every alert and you're going to make money. It's just saying at least from a price perspective, this is a good place to start your journey. That's all it's doing. Okay. That's fairly safe.
For a beginner, aside from obviously joining your course, learning from yourself, how would they figure out what stock should I look at? They normally will gravitate to companies that they hear about from the news or companies that are well known. Your Facebooks, your Microsoft, your GameStop because of the news, your AMC because of the news. But there's so many other lesser known companies that are doing great things, probably can make you a decent size of money. How would they go about finding those? Is there any tools that you use? Is there any websites that you look at?
Yeah, I mean, Finimize is like my go-to for all content creation.
I started using that,
They're one of our partners. So they've been in the WhatsApp group since. So I used to work with one of their really high up content, because he used to work in research at GS. Okay. So we've got a good partnership. And this is what we talk about network, isn't it? Because I've always been a networker. You don't know, like, when you're a good networker and you're not doing it for a reason, suddenly you're doing a project and then so you work in this place called Finimize. Oh, what's that? And then before you know it, conversation happening, boom. You're not doing a deal. We're not doing a deal the way everyone does the deal. You just, boom, sign the papers. It's like getting a job. Some people, they go through the 10 rounds, and other people, phone call. We need you right now. Boom. There's a contract. What you saying? What's my... Bro, these negotiations happen. Yeah. But, these are some of the things they're trying to change so people get to experience both sides.
What would you say is the most money that you've lost on an investment?
The most
If
money
you've
I've lost
lost
on an
any money.
investment. Yeah. 2 stocks went bankrupt last year.
Really?
Yeah, my portfolio.
Okay.
But again, like I say, nothing's off limits. Yeah, the amounts that I spent were okay, and we're all good.
Okay. So you had a good risk management strategy there, even though that those companies bankrupt and you lost some money for it.
Number one, it's only when my portfolio is in like really healthy profit that I'll take a bit of the profit, and that becomes my budget for investing.
Okay. Okay.
So, but it happened earlier on in the year, and it was almost like a follow-on from the previous year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, at that point, my portfolio was now down 15% February.
Wow. Yeah. February was mad.
I said, you know what?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna have a red year, cool, we'll accept it.
Yeah.
I was due one anyway.
Yeah.
But then I ended the year 129% up.
Wow.
Because I've always got cash. I've always got cash in my portfolio. So I was just averaging and buying new stocks, and boom, we finished the year up.
Yeah.
And then already this year, I was up like nearly 50% by February.
Wow. Yeah, February was a bit...
It's corrected
a
back
lot,
down to like 35%.
Mm-hmm.
But bro, I was happy with 20%, especially knowing the previous year I did a madness. So boom, let's go. I actually should put a post out tomorrow because it's half year.
Yeah, it's basically half year. Yeah. And the market, it looks like for growth stocks anyway, that there's a bit of a recovery in some people's favorite stocks, your Neos, your Teslas, etc. So from your point of view, investing in the stock market, what would you say is the biggest challenge of being successful in investing in stocks?
It's just your decision making. Just making good decisions. Sometimes it's quite difficult, which is the power of the group. You've got a system that you know you're applying this over and over and over and over and over again. You're already halfway there, because then you can just make little tweaks. The system is independent on, is this a good stock?
Yeah.
You make more money with good risk management than you do on, is this a good stock?
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people get emotional, especially when they see, especially a beginner, when they see that their stock's down, I don't know, 15%, 20%, 30%, God forbid 50%. They sell out. Does your strategy involve selling out at anything like that? If it's down 50%, I'm getting out.
No, I mean, like, the strategy is very complex in thought, but simple in execution.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't take L's.
Okay.
Very rarely take an L.
I love that.
Very rarely take an L in SPA. That's not what we're about. Because when you're investing in a business. If you invest in your friend's business and the business isn't doing well, are you going to go call your friend up and say, I want my money back? No, you're invested and you're going to follow the journey.
Yeah.
Until you get to a point where you're like, okay, you know what? Let me take some equity out.
Yeah.
That's it.
That makes sense.
So that's a mental thing. Investing starts in the mind, right?
Yeah.
And when, the equals will come out in 2 weeks or whatever, it's funny because the person editing my equals stopped halfway through. He said, I just made 6 figures in crypto.
Wow.
I don't even like video editing.
I'm out. I'm done. I made my money. I'm done. I'm finished. That's it, bro. That is mad. I think beginners, like a brand new, fresh off the boat, is never ever. It doesn't even know what the stock market is. It doesn't even know what investing is. That was me 5 years ago, right? Do you think they should invest in stocks and funds?
If you haven't met me, if you're not part of SPA, if you haven't done my course, index funds.
Okay.
And funds,
Okay.
But if I'm here, come on.
Yeah,
I stopped doing the group course because I wanted to focus on my mentoring clubs and just making sure no one's getting left behind. And that takes time. Yeah. So the e-course, some people from the e-course will join the mentoring club and that will keep growing. But I want my energy to be in for my mentees.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. The e-course will then be a way, because the e-course is recordings and it's very easy to follow. Very, my system is so beginner friendly, but so effective. I'm not even like bigging myself up. I actually am bigging myself up because it's phenomenal.
Oh no, big yourself up, bro. Big yourself up.
Do you know what? Yeah. Yesterday I looked at the whole system and I was like, did I come up with this? Let me tell you something. It's so good that I had to actually start following it.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Love
hang on
that.
a second. Do I even? Do you know what I mean? Do I even follow these to the? Obviously, I've written it, but when it's not written down and you don't have it in,
it's in your head.
such a clear, precise format, even for yourself, you're like, whoa, actually, I need to practice what I'm preaching because that will actually improve mine. Mine is doing all right, but I started realizing that there's some improvement for me to do. When you teach, you take extra caution and you add things, safety nets that you may not have consciously added to yourself. So it's like, whoa, why didn't I add this safety net when to myself? Why is it only now that it's because I'm teaching someone new that I'm now adding this layer of care? And so now I practice what I preach now, and my investing just has got even better. My watch list is bigger. My alerts are more. I can be even more picky. So, just like I tell my clients, just like your iPhone, you might buy the latest iPhone today. Yeah, despite buying the latest iPhone, you still kind of know that the next one's going to have a little improvement.
Exactly.
That is how the SPA strategy evolves as well.
Wow.
Otherwise,
that's what it's about.
We wouldn't have done as many pennies as we did last year, or small caps. I had to evolve and say, actually, there's a play here. These stocks are doing 100% every week. Pattern it.
Yeah.
But
some
they
of
just
them were doing
build the right system around them, so it's not your main bread and butter. So okay, if I've made healthy profit on Snapchat, Sonos, PayPal, you can take a bit of that profit and you can throw it at this company you've never heard before, but apparently they make COVID masks. Let's see, and it does, and it triples, right?
Right.
So that's pretty much what I've been on. Obviously, like the next phase is like. My mentees can now sell my courses and earn themselves, but it has to be my mentees. And the criteria to even be on the mentoring club is you have to have done my course. So everyone in the mentoring club is singing from the same hymn sheet. Everyone is singing from the same hymn sheet.
I'm gonna have to give you a clap for that, bro. I love that.
Understand?
You see, I love
hearing stuff like this. I could have just put it out there and everyone can join and pay their £20 a month, and I will be making more money, bro. But for me, I care more about everyone who's done my course and I want to know what that population is. And that for that bit to grow. That growing is more important to me than my account growing just because everyone is signed up to a mentoring club. Right? And it's just huge. No, I want the quality only. The people who've done my course appreciate and value me, have signed up to my mentoring club. I want to know who those people are, and we're going to take them on the journey. Everyone in the larger Telegram group, there's 6,000 or so. Bro, it's networking. I still talk in the group a lot, and I still answer questions there, but it's not the same. It's not the same. Bro, there's some stocks that will come out in my system and alerts. Everyone's buying it, and not one person will mention it in the big group. And then we're eating off it, making 150% or whatever. The big group's just, they don't know what's happening. It's not like I'm hiding it from them, but like it's just the way it is, right? The model you pay for your alerts, you're making way more than you're paying for your mentoring club. Otherwise, people leave. You know what our people are like.
Out.
Nobody is paying £20 a month if they do not extract value. Nobody.
There's a lot of falsehoods out there that you can get rich by investing in stocks. But when I say get rich, I mean get rich quick by investing in stocks. What are your thoughts on this?
You can, but it's not guaranteed. And if that becomes your objective, you're going to end up doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
Emotional. You're going to get very, very, very
You're going to get emotional.
That's no good, especially when you're talking about your whole process of following an exact process. You follow it to the T. A robot follows its programming. If this is what you program, you must do this at these times, at these different conditions. And if you're emotional, you're not going to do that. If you're on 100% profit, you're like, should I wait for 150? Should I wait for 160? And then you lose out ultimately. What three things do you think, to become successful at investing in stocks?
A coach, a strategy, and discipline to follow your strategy.
I love that. I love that. And it's interesting about the coach because I feel like a lot of people don't know who to follow, or they follow people who they can't trust, or those people haven't got good intentions for them. They just want to make money off them. They don't want to actually help them invest. Whereas yourself, you started this as a means to help people. You wanted people to actually be educated in investing in the stock market and get better. So it's very, very interesting hearing you say, Coach, thanks so much for, joining this call. It's been great talking to you. Tell the people what you're planning on doing next. I know that you mentioned an e-course, but yeah, any other things or initiatives that you've got coming up next? Obviously, if you can.
Yeah, the e-course is going to be like the main thing. Yeah, that's it. Really, like get and maybe a crypto course.
Okay.
Yeah, cool, but in the meantime, join the Telegram group, get involved, and keep pushing. Really, keep asking questions. I mean, there are people in the main Telegram group. You're still growing, you're still learning stuff. Might not be at the same rate, but yeah, follow the Instagram page, interact.
And what's your Instagram ID for the people?
At Stock Pickers Academy.
Okay, cool. And you're on Twitter too as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, Twitter's still personal, but yeah, I mean, Instagram you can add me as well. Man Like Debs.
Too much Man United. I've been seeing the Man United.
Yeah, Man Like Debs, my personal Insta, my Twitter as well. Stock Pickers Academy on Insta. And yeah, the link in my bio will take you to all the different things that I offer.
Thanks so much for your time. Make sure, everyone, to follow Debs on his Instagram page. He's doing a lot of great things. You can follow his Telegram group. You can obviously join his e-course when it comes out very, very, very soon. And obviously, I'll add all of his details in the description below. Thanks again for watching.